So, my name is Chelsea Humphreys. I am a librarian here at Brock, and I'm also a yoga instructor. Welcome to Library Yoga. This is a bit of an unconventional study break and a mindful way of taking a bit of a study break. This is an opportunity for you to connect with yourself, how you're feeling physically and emotionally, and it's a good opportunity just to stretch a little bit when we're spending so much time at our desks these days. We're going to go ahead and get started, and through all of the movements today, please move within your own range of motion. If something doesn't feel quite right to you, please ease off. All right, we're going to get started in a seated position. You can either be seated on the floor, cross-legged, you can be seated on your heels if that's more comfortable, or for these first few postures, you can be seated in a chair or on a couch or another piece of furniture. We'll get started, but just by taking a moment to check in with ourselves. So adjust your posture so you're sitting up nice and tall. Take your shoulders back. Really lift up through the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, and maybe gently close your eyes or lower your gaze to the floor. Just taking a moment to check in and really notice how your body feels in this seated posture. Notice if there are any aches or pains, if you feel the need to fidget, if there's anything small you can do to adjust how you're feeling physically, you can go ahead and do so. But just observe your physical state. And then from your body, bring your attention to your breath. Notice how your breath is moving. If it's fast or slow, deep or shallow. And there's no need to change anything here, just observe how it feels. And then from your breath, bring your attention to how your mind is moving. Notice if your thoughts are racing around, or maybe there's not quite that much going on right now. And there's no judgment either way. And then take a moment to observe how you're feeling emotionally. Notice if you're maybe excited to be trying something new with library yoga. Maybe you're feeling something different. Again, no judgment, just observe. And then gradually bring your attention back to your breath. Start to deepen those inhales and exhales, breathing consciously down into your belly. Often when we're stressed, as we might be in the middle of a busy school day, our breath becomes more shallow and it rises higher in the chest. So consciously bring the breath down into the belly. And exhale nice and smooth. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Nice deep breath into the belly. And exhale, maybe out through pursed lips this time, like you're trying to whistle without making a noise. One more time. Inhale, nice and deep. And exhale through pursed lips. Take a moment to pause. Observe how your body, your breath, your mind, and your emotional state all feel. And then slowly we'll roll the shoulders up towards the ears. And as we exhale, we'll open the eyes and drop the shoulders, and we'll start to get moving. So these first few postures will open up the body from a seated posture. So these are all things you could do at your desk. We'll start by drawing some circles with the nose. So we'll take the nose up and around the side, down through the middle, and around. So this is a way of loosening up the neck. Often when we're staring at our computer screens, we're really just staring in one spot for a really long period of time. So it's really nice to stretch out the neck. We'll reverse the direction, drawing circles with the nose, Makes for a much more gentle opening through the neck, so we're not forcing anything here in this first little bit of movement. We'll come back to center, and now we'll drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, we're not forcing it here, just gently tipping that ear down. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale here. Now shift so that your chin is coming towards your right shoulder. Notice how this changes the sensation in your neck. And again, don't try to force it. Don't crank your neck into this position, but just notice the shift from your ear to your chin. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. We'll release and we'll work the other side. So we'll drop that left ear towards the left shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in. And side out. Now shift so that the chin comes toward the left shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. And we'll come back to center. Nice. From here, we'll extend the arms out nice and wide. So you start to feel a stretch across the tops of your arms here. And now just gently knock one ear towards one shoulder and then gently take it over to the other side. We'll do this just one more time. Notice how you feel the sensation in your neck and also across the opposite arm. And awesome, we'll come back to center. From here, we'll bring our fingertips towards our shoulders and start to draw some circles with the elbows, taking them forwards, up, and around and down. We'll do a few here, starting to get into more of the body outside of the neck. We're getting into the shoulders here. Take one more, then we'll reverse the direction. So we'll take them back, up, forward, and down. And breathe through this movement here. See if you can inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. We'll do one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice. Now we'll take the fingers to the back of the head. You can maybe interlace your hands behind your head here. With an inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, and spread your elbows nice and wide, opening up through the chest. And exhale, we're going to round forwards, bring the elbows towards each other. Inhale, lift it up, lift the chest, spread the elbows nice and wide. And exhale, round it forwards. We'll do just a couple more of these. This is a modified version of cat-cow, if you're familiar with that. And it really opens up the chest and all of those postural muscles. Maybe we're not using at our desk as much as we should be. We'll close it one more time. And then gently drop your hands and roll your way back up to seated. Awesome. From here, we're going to lift the right arm up nice and high, and you can take that left hand down beside you, or maybe holding on to the seat of your chair if you're on a chair. Take a deep breath in as you reach up, and exhale, arc over to the side, getting a nice side body stretch here. Be careful, if you notice your chest is rounding down here, ease off a little bit so you can open your chest up towards the ceiling. We'll take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, and then on your next inhale, come on up. Awesome. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So you can take your right arm either onto your lap in front of you. So this works if you're seated on your heels or sitting in a chair. Or if you're cross-legged, you can take either your forearm to the floor in front of you or just your right hand to the floor in front of you. Wherever you are, we're going to peel that left arm up towards the ceiling. So we're coming into a twist in this seated posture. So again, maybe your forearm is on the floor, maybe it's on your lap, or maybe your hand is just on the floor in front of you. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, we'll come on up, come out, and we'll drop that arm. We'll do it on the other side. So we'll start with an inhale. Nope, we're lifting the left arm this time. We'll take that right hand beside us. With an inhale, reach up nice and high. And exhale, arc over towards the right. We're getting that side body stretch on the left side this time. Again, try to keep your chest rotating open here. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, we'll come on up. And now we'll take that left forearm either to the lap, to the floor, or maybe we just take that left hand to the floor to come into our twist. With an inhale, peel that right arm up and breathe here, lengthening through the spine. So try not to round your spine too much. If you find it's challenging in whichever option you've chosen, maybe ease up a little bit. So if your arm is on the floor, you can bring your arm to your lap, or you can bring your hand to the floor. Take one more inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, we'll lower it down. Awesome. If you're seated in a chair, I'll ask that you come join us on the floor now. We'll make our way into some poses through tabletop. So in tabletop, you're going to be on your hands and knees. Your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. If it would feel nice for you right now, you can dip your belly down towards the ground, take your chest up, take your gaze up, and exhale, round it back. This is cat-cow. We did the seated modification of this before, so we can try one more. Inhale, take it forwards, and exhale, take it back. Nice. Now, we're going to be stretching out the body, but we're also going to be strengthening parts of the body that we might be feeling a little bit of tension in when we're sitting at our desks all day. So we're going to wake up the muscles in the back. We're going to start with an inhale by lifting the right arm straight out in front of us. This might be enough. Maybe you can extend that left leg out behind you as well. So you're coming into a balanced posture here. Notice how your core needs to engage, your back muscles are engaged. Take an inhale here, and exhale, maybe curl it in to bring the elbow to the knee. See if you can test your balance. I know my balance is a little off today. Extend it out one more time, and exhale, we'll bring it in. Now, open that knee and that arm out to the side. It's a bit of a different one there. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, take it out one more time. And exhale, bring it down. You can shake out your hips a little bit. I call this happy dog because it's like you're wagging your tail. And we'll go ahead and do the other side. Now, as I said, you can extend just your left arm. You can also extend just your leg. So you can really play with this however you like. We'll start with an inhale, extending nice and long. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, nice and long. And exhale, we'll bring it in. Now we're opening it out to the side. Inhale, out. So you've got that nice cactus bend in your arm and your leg. Exhale, bring it in. One more time. Inhale, out. And exhale, in. Lower it down. Shake out the hips a little bit. Great job. It's really strengthening the back body, the core. And of course, your arms and your legs too. A bit of everything. From here, we'll go ahead and sink the hips back onto the heels, walk the hands forwards, and rest your head down to come into child's pose. Now, if this isn't totally comfortable for you, or your head doesn't come to the floor, you can make a fist with one hand or with two hands, so you can just rest your forehead down in this way. The goal is to relax the back body. We just worked it, now we want to relax it. So consciously breathe into your back body. Feel your ribs expand on the inhale and sink down on the exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Sigh it out. Awesome. We'll shift ourselves forwards back towards our tabletop. Maybe walk your hands a little bit further forward so we can lower ourselves down onto our bellies. So I'm going to give myself a little extra space here. From here, with your hands just under your shoulders, with an inhale, we're going to roll our shoulders back. Lift the crown of the head forward. So think of yourself getting very long and up, and maybe float your hands up off the floor. This is baby cobra. Feel your back body engage here. Again, we're working those postural muscles. Maybe take those elbows back. Yeah, you feel that a little more. Take one more inhale and exhale, lower it down. We'll do that one more time. With an inhale, reach the crown of the head forwards and then up. Float the hands up off the floor. Squeeze those elbows towards each other. We'll hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. Awesome job. From here, press into your hands to come back towards the tabletop position. We're going to curl the toes under here and pressing firmly down into the hands. We're going to float the knees up, and you can keep your knees bent here. We're going to shift the hips back to come towards a modified downward dog. So the goal here is to lengthen your spine. Stretch out your back as much as you can here. We'll take one deep breath in, and on the exhale, we'll walk our feet forwards towards our hands. Keep your feet about hip distance apart, and hold on to opposite elbows, just ragdolling forwards, maybe swaying a little from one side to the other, maybe shaking the head a little yes and a little no. Just taking a moment to relax the back body, loosen through the neck and the shoulders. Take one more inhale here, and exhale slowly. Let go of your elbows and roll your way up. Shoulders rolling up before the head lifts to come up to standing. Awesome. From standing, we're going to inhale, take the shoulders back, reach the fingers down towards the floor, and really press down into the floor with your feet. So as we were when we were seated and we were lifting up through the crown of our head, we're as tall as we can possibly be here, and very, very steady. This is mountain pose. Take a nice deep breath in here, and exhale, we'll side out. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Nice. With an inhale, we'll reach the arms up, catch a hold of the left wrist here, and gently arc over to the side. So we're getting that side body stretch again that we had seated. Take an inhale here, and exhale, come back up. Inhale, reach up nice and tall, lift up extra tall out of the waist, grab a hold of the right wrist, and exhale, arc over towards the right. Inhale here, and exhale, make your way back up to center, circle the arms around and down, and come back to mountain pose. Very nice. We'll make our way up to the top of our mat if we're practicing with a mat today. If you're not, make sure you just have a bit of space behind you. With an inhale, we're going to reach up nice and high. And exhale, we're going to open the arms out to shoulder height, pausing here for a moment. Reach the arms out nice and wide like we did when we did that neck stretch. And then keeping your hips facing forwards, turn your body towards the left. So take a look at your hips and notice if they started shifting with you. You're going to want to try to keep them steady, and you might not twist very far, but notice how this engages your core. Again, we're working the core here, waking up the spine, moving it in a bit of a different direction. Inhale, come back to center. Again, reach those arms nice and wide, and exhale, we'll twist the opposite way. Try to keep the hips nice and steady. So again, your hips are going to want to come with you. You're going to want to try to hold them in place, and you might not twist very far. Doesn't matter how far you twist. Take a nice deep breath in here, and exhale, come back to center, lower your arms. You can roll your shoulders out a little bit. And now, again, at the top of our mat, inhale, we'll reach up nice and high, and exhale, we're going to fold it down. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. With an inhale, we'll lift up halfway, bringing our hands to our shins or our thighs, lengthening the spine as much as we can. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, big circle the arms around and down. Inhale, we'll reach them up again. And exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, we'll lift up halfway, lengthening the spine parallel to the floor. And exhale, fold. Now, we'll step that left foot back. We're coming into a lunge position. In this position, you want to keep your right knee over your ankle. And maybe you can come on up here, opening the arms up towards the ceiling. If this is a little much, we can lower down onto that back knee. From here, inhale, reach up nice and high, and exhale, open your arms out to the side. Now, twisting towards the right, towards that front leg, we're gonna twist as we did in standing, but notice your hips are stuck in this position here. Keep trying to keep them square to the front. Take one more inhale. Exhale, we'll come back, bring the arms up. If your back knee is down, try to take it up. And we'll come into a nice wide-legged position here, pointing both of your toes towards the long edge of your mat. We'll take one inhale here, lifting the chest, and exhale, we'll fold here, pausing for a moment to stretch out the backs of the legs. You can shift your hips a little bit back and forth, maybe shaking the head a little bit. Then inhale, lift up halfway here. You can bring your hands to your hips. And exhale, come all the way up. Now we're going to do that lunge to the other side. So we'll spin those left toes forwards, spin those right toes forwards. Might be a little tricky on your balance, so you can take your time getting here. Bend that front knee right on top of your ankle. And if this is a little hard to balance, maybe come down onto one knee. With an inhale, we'll take our arms up. Exhale, take them out to the side. Inhale here, and then exhale, we'll twist towards that left leg. So reaching the arms nice and wide, using that core to hold you there. Take one more inhale, and exhale, we'll come back up, bring the arms up. We'll come back onto that back foot, and we'll see if we can step that right foot to meet the left. Great big step, awesome job. From here, we're gonna make our way back down to the ground. So if it's accessible to you in whatever clothing you're wearing today, we'll take the feet nice and wide and come down into a nice low squat. You might want to keep your hands on the floor here. And you might not come all the way down. That's totally fine. Maybe just take a moment to explore here. Open up through the hips, shift from side to side. And then when you're ready, you can make your way down to seated. From seated, you want your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. And we'll try, without using our hands, to roll ourselves down to the ground. And of course, you can use your hands if you need to. This is just my little challenge. Rolling ourselves down all the way onto our backs. Awesome. From here, bring your feet underneath your knees, flat on the floor, so you can maybe graze your feet with your fingertips. We're going to do a few rolling bridges here. So what this looks like is with an inhale, you press down into your feet to lift your hips up off the floor, and exhale, roll down your spine one vertebra at a time, all the way down. We'll do two more. Inhale, rolling it up, and exhale, rolling it down. Try not to let your knees move out of alignment with your hips here. One more time, inhale, roll it up. And exhale, we'll roll it down. Awesome. Bring your knees in towards your chest here. Hug them in nice and close. Maybe rock a little from one side to the other. Can massage the back body. We've been working it a lot today. And then from here, we'll hold on to the right knee and extend that left leg nice and long. And that right knee bent at roughly a 90-degree angle. We'll cross it over the body towards the left, extending that right arm out to the side, either with a nice cactus shape, a 90-degree bend, or out nice and long if you have the space. The goal in this twist here is to keep that right shoulder anchored. So your right knee may not touch the floor. It doesn't need to. Take a couple of breaths here. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Now using your hands, gently guide your knee back in towards your chest. And we'll swap it out. We'll take that left knee in, that right leg nice and long. Roughly a 90-degree bend in your leg. We'll gently cross it over the midline, extending that left arm out to the side, maybe in a cactus shape. Again, trying to anchor that shoulder down more than you're trying to bring your knee down towards the ground. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Maybe exhale through pursed lips, like you're trying to whistle without making a noise. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale. We'll gently bring that knee back in towards the chest. And now we'll extend both legs out nice and long to come into Shavasana, the traditional closing posture for many yoga practices. You can extend your arms out at your sides, your legs out nice and long, and gently close your eyes, allowing your whole body to completely relax. Bring your attention to how your body feels. Feel your muscles settling down into the ground. Observe if there are any areas of tightness. If there are any final movements you can make here to make yourself more comfortable. And then bring your attention to your breath. Notice how your breath is moving. If it's fast or slow. If it's deep or shallow. Observe how your mind is moving. Maybe your thoughts are racing. Maybe they're a little more quiet. And then observe your emotional state. Become mindful of your body, your breath, your mind, and your emotions. And observe how it all feels now compared to how it felt at the very beginning. Know that this power to mindfully reflect on your state is always available to you. You can always take a moment to pause. Start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. And bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. And then slowly, however feels best for you, we'll make our way back up to a seated position. And I'll ask that you keep your eyes closed just for a moment longer, taking your time to come back up to seated. And then gently, with an inhale, bring your hands to center. And exhale, bow your head forwards in gratitude for the time you've given yourself here today. We'll slowly open our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for Library Yoga today. I hope to see you next time.